across the fill on Highway 90 see the huge stack that they have built out there at a huge cost, not only to the company, but to the ratepayer as well, and yet it's still not good enough. There are people out there who want to shut down that facility. The president wants to shut down all coal facilities. He wants to bankrupt the entire state of West Virginia. And Pennsylvania, because they have so much coal production. We need to keep using what we have here in the United States to power our electric generators. All these individuals that drive the electric cars around and talk about how great they are for the environment, forget that when you plug that thing into the wall, the electricity is being generated by a power plant somewhere, and it probably is a coal plant, depending on where you are. Now, natural gas is a great way to generate electricity. Nuclear is a great way. If you can use hydro, that's great. We can't do that in this part of the world because we don't have the time in order to do that. But I can tell you, this whole outdoor thing of climate change, unfortunately, is not doing this nation any good.
Can I follow up on that? Okay. Here's the thing. That's okay. You know, the scientific community is almost unanimous.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It is unanimous.
The United States Navy considers it a major threat to national security. Admiral Lockyer said that about this week. Insurance companies see it as a big risk. And they're in the business of risk. That's what they're all about, is assessing risk and avoiding risk. The International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, the head of the World Bank recently made a statement that development in the developing world will be at risk because of climate change more than any other single factor. The question is, how can you deny and how can you continue to vote against climate change at every chance? You're voting against the EPA at every chance.
Yes. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Defund them.
Obstructionist.
I will tell you this. I will defund the EPA if I give it.
No way.
They have done more to slow the growth of the economic engine in this country
Are you kidding me?
than probably any agency that exists out there.
How do you answer what the Navy says about climate change?
You know,
That admiral's an idiot.
What's interesting about Admiral Lockyer, who answers to the President of the United States, who happens to be a Barack Obama, who happens to be the one that touted $200 a gallon green fuel for an F-18 Hornet, it makes no sense that the Navy would be required to go use fuels that are hundreds of times more expensive than what we are able to produce ourselves. So, you know, you talk about why do I go against the scientists that are out there. I have scientists that I rely on, and the scientists that I rely on say that our climate has changed. Look, it wasn't just a few years ago. What was the problem that existed? It wasn't global warming. We were going to all be an ice cube. We're not ice cubes. Our climate will continue to change because of the way God formed the earth.
Oh my God.